Howdy partners! Today I'm going to be showing you how to make these little stick horses, just perfect for any aspiring cowgirl or cowboy. So the materials list is in the box below, so check that out, and let's get started. So start by printing out the free horse head template from the link that's popping up on your screen right about now. Cut out both the pieces and tape them together in the center. And then get yourself some horse-colored material, or you can be whimsical and do colored material, and just cut out two pieces of the horse head from the material. They should be able to lay right on top of each other with the wrong sides together. Then cut yourself a rectangle of the same material. You want it to be long enough to go all the way around one of the horse head pieces. You're just going to sew that to the horse head piece all the way around, just like that. And then you'll take the second horse head, and you're just going to sew that to the rectangle on the other side of the rectangle, on the open side, just like that. And that'll give our horse's head a little bit of dimension so it's not just a flat horse head. And so then you just want to take and cut a little slit down about halfway down the back side and cut a little hole at the top. So you have a little hole at the top and then the long slit going all the way down. Just cut a bunch of pieces of yarn to use as the mane. And you'll just slide those into the long slit that you cut. Leave them so there's only an inch sticking out and the rest is on the inside. And then just sew that gap shut, and that'll hold all the yarn in place. Then you do the same thing up at the top for the forelock, pushing the yarn through and sewing it in place. So then just flip the entire horse head right side out, because you've had it inside the whole time. You'll be able to see the mane then. So now it's time to stuff the horse. So take some stuffing, and you want to stuff it up real good so that it's nice and firm. You'll stuff it through that hole in the bottom. So then take the triangle piece of the template, and you'll want to cut out 4 of those triangles, 2 so they can fit over each other. And then you'll make little sandwiches by sticking a piece of pellon in between 2 of the fabric triangles. Set aside the triangles for now and get yourself 2 buttons. And you're just going to glue one of those buttons onto each side of the horse's head. And those are going to be the horse's eyes. And then you just want to cut the mane and the forelock off to the length that you want. And then take a wire brush and brush them. And what that's going to do is it's going to destroy the yarn and make it soft and fuzzy to look more like a real mane and forelock. So there's the mane. So then going back to those triangles, you just want to glue those with the long side down and the short side up. Just hot glue those to the horse's head, and those are going to be his ears. So here he is without the bridle. Right now he's kind of looking like a little something out of The Godfather. Well, now that that's out of the way, get yourself about 5 feet of 1/2-inch ribbon, and you just want to wrap that around the horse's nose, measure it, and cut it off. And then you'll just hot glue the ends of it in place right around his nose, and that's going to be the start of his bridle. And then you'll just take another piece of the same ribbon and stick that down the side, underneath the piece you just glued on, pull that around his head, measure it off, and then put a little bit of hot glue on the bottom of that, and stick it right under the piece that goes around his nose. And then I ran out of that ribbon, so I used something else for the reins. You just want to put a little bit of hot glue on the end of your rein piece and stick it under where the other two connect. Pull that around, do the same thing on the other side of his head. You want to leave this loose because it's supposed to be the reins. So you've got enough slack there to ride your horse with. So you want to get 2 silver either buttons like I'm using or just something silver and circle. And put a little bit of hot glue. You'll just hot glue 1 to each side of the bridle to represent the bit. And then here's the horse so far with his bridle, and now it's time to add the stick. And so you just want to smush aside the stuffings and push the stick into the hole. You want it to go as far up as you can, right up to the top of the head if you can. It'll make your horse more sturdy. And then you want to take a piece of that fabric and just cut an X across it. And then you'll slip that right onto the stick and slide that all the way up to cover up the hole in the bottom of the horse. And then you just cut it off and hot glue it in place. It should blend in pretty well with the other material. And then the little triangles from the X that you cut, you'll just glue those down to the stick to hold everything in place. And so here's our finished stick horse. Leave me a comment below and let me know if you had one of these as a kid. And until then...